Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, boy, it's been a crazy day in the diss track world. Let me just start off by saying this. Allegedly, Drake, brother, you got some explaining to do. Now, I just remember a lot of people giving J. Cole a lot of crap for apologizing. And now everybody is backtracking and saying, we get it now. We get it. We get it why you apologized and took a step back, J. Cole. We get it. Because the boogeyman himself, Kendrick Lamar, again, I want to emphasize allegedly, because these are some really dark, crazy allegations against Drake. And I feel like Kendrick would be putting his career in jeopardy if this stuff isn't true. Also, Drake, brother, you got a mole. You got a mole in your camp. All right. When Kendrick said, how you know OVO don't work for me? Brother, you got a mole. Also, we going to take it way back to Club Shay Shay with Cat Williams saying, in 2024, everything's going to come out. And boy, is it. Now, the reason I'm making this video, of course, I've heard all these diss tracks. I've heard all of them. All right. I didn't react to them because it was a lot. It's a lot of pausing you got to do and rewinding. I just sat there and got my thoughts together. But I'll say this. When Cat Williams said everything is coming to light, and the fact that Kendrick mentioned Cat Williams in his thing, in his diss track, Drake has a lot of explaining to do. You know, his diss track was cool. It was all right. You know, it was more upbeat, but Kendrick had this eerie piano, sound like a Jordan Peele horror flick. And this man just annihilated him. You know, Kendrick said something very, very important, which I don't know if Drake took serious. He said, if you don't tell no lies about me, I won't tell no truths about you. And my goodness, you know, this man is basically calling Drake Diddy. You know, he said him and Weinstein should basically be in a prison together. He said it's some like Jeffrey Epstein stuff going on in the OVO camp, and he got these dudes on the payroll. Look, man, it's bigger than hip hop. All right. It went from diss track to hold on. You better get your affairs in order. Because I'm telling you, man, and it's already been, I did a video the other day talking about Drake, that weird relationship he had with Millie Bobby Brown. You know, they were saying it was a young chick he brought up on stage, and it's a lot. And I told you, it gets dark in that industry, in Hollywood and all that, man. A lot of stuff that goes on behind closed doors. It's like Kendrick is exposing that. Either he's been invited to some of these parties, maybe witnessed, and was like, I ain't going no more. But the brother knows something. All right, because I said, he's putting his career in jeopardy if he's lying about this. You don't just say that type of stuff. All right, you got a picture of some gloves, some pills, and all this stuff that someone said was sent to Kendrick. That's from inside Drake's house. That's what they're saying. Remember, all this stuff is allegedly. Of course we gonna need some real proof, but I'm just saying, if these are actual facts and truths, boy, forget about the rapping part. All right, we can just forget about that. I mean, the dude talked to his son, he was talking to his mama, talking about his dad. all that. Forget about all that. If this stuff is to be true, and I said it's like a ripple effect, man. Still trying to figure out what's going on with Diddy. Still trying to figure out what's going on with this Epstein list. And now you got Drake thrown in the mix. You know, me personally, I'm not really a Drake fan like that. I mean, he got some good songs you want to maybe dance to, but Kendrick is just alluding to the fact that the way he grew up, like Kendrick grew up differently. I told y'all he grew up in that Athens Park area. I went to Compton High School. I used to live in Compton for 9 years. I was out there when the Rodney King riots was going on, 1992. You know, I lived down the street from Compton High School, so the surroundings are different. It's different out there. So if you're about that life, then and Drake said in his song that he knows some dudes that bang. That don't really mean nothing. He brought up YG. He brought up The Game. And I think he said CB. I think he's talking about Chris Brown, who I don't believe is a real gang member. I think he's affiliated. Kendrick, I believe, is not a gang member. He's just affiliated. He grew up like all his homeboys are. But it's one of them things where they'll be like, we see you got some real talent, man. You can really make it out of the hood. We gonna protect you, but do something with your life, Then you got those rappers that they'll pay gangs to protect them. So when they go to certain areas, all they do is make a phone call, be like, yo, I'm coming to LA, and then they good. So it gets deep. It really, really, really does. I think a lot of stuff may fly over people's heads. That's why when you're doing a reaction to these songs, you have to pause them so much to really grasp what's going on and double, triple check to make sure you're hearing the right stuff. That's why I was shocked. I was like, I've never in my life heard someone go at someone kid like this, basically saying like, let me be your mentor because your father isn't doing it right. That is deep. But boy, like I said, forget all that. That chunk, that part he talked about where he said you got OVO people in your camp that are doing this and that, he got to back that up. We need some type of proof. But Drake will have some explaining to do. I know there's a lot of Drake fans out there. I'm just wondering what they're going to say to that. What are they going to say to that? Because if, like I said, if this come out to be true, man, I mean, he was already annihilated just from a hip hop, just the battle part of it. But we talking about real life now. We talking about real life. So that's what I had to say. That's my 2 cents. And I heard that Kendrick has more, but I don't know if Drake gonna respond to this. So, I mean, we'll see. Because it only can get worse from here. He said if you don't want to take it there, and Drake took it there, and Kendrick took it where he took it. Boy. All right, man. Comment below what y'all think. Oh yeah, and you talking about him having another child. All of that stuff is on the back burner compared to those other allegations. So we'll see. All right, appreciate y'all coming over and watching. Peace out.